USDA says U.S. producers are holding the lowest number of cattle and calves since 1951. The latest cattle inventory report, released the last day of January, shows cattle and calves as of January 1st, 2014 totaled 87.7 million head. That number is down 2% from a year ago. The inventory for cows and heifers that had calved was the lowest since 1941, and the 2013 calf crop was the smallest since 1949. UNL Extension livestock economist Kate Brooks joined us Thursday to discuss what the numbers mean for the cattle industry.
You know, there really wasn't a lot of surprises. Expected declines, further declines due to 2013. All cattle and calves were down about 1.8% in the U.S. to about 87.7 million head. So there wasn't a lot of unexpectations there.
Right, we knew that the numbers were probably going to be lower, just a matter of how much.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there a sign here that producers are wanting to or going to expand?
We are. If we go back to 2013, if we look at cow slaughter numbers towards the end of 2013, we saw a very large decline over 2012 and our previous 5-year average. So we saw a decline in cow slaughter numbers. We saw less heifers going to the feed yards in the end. And then if we look at heifer retention, we saw a 2% increase in heifer retention for January 1, 2014 numbers over the previous year. Nebraska alone was up 10%. So
these are the numbers that we live with for another year, just like last year, since there's no middle report. What does it look like for the rest of the year, 2014, a cow-calf producer maybe versus a feedlot producer?
The thought is on the cow-calf side, we're looking at possibly that point of herd stabilization expansion here through 2014. We've got strong calf prices going forward. They're very high right now. We'll probably come back some for part of the year as supply and demand switches through the year, but we're still looking at strong calf prices throughout the year. So lots of potential for the cow-calf producer here in 2014. On the feedlot side, we do have declining prices, but they're paying higher prices for those input calves. We do right now have strength in the fed cattle market, but again, we've started to see some weakening there as box beef prices have come down. Now, in the futures, cattle futures, we've seen the declinings more in the February, April contracts, but we haven't quite seen the declines matching the wholesale prices here with cash-fed cattle.
As we mentioned in the beginning, we knew the numbers were going to be down. How long does it take until the U.S. cattle herd maybe reaches normal, or what would be a new normal?
Right, it's going to take several years to continue to expand that cattle herd. Just a lot of the biological constraints to increase the herd. 14, we're starting lower than 13, but I think 14 is the point of herd stabilization. As long as we continue to see weather improvements, we still do have some areas that are in drought conditions in our beef producing states, but 15, 16 where we'll start to see those herd numbers increase and then start to see some increases in beef production as well.